my Zaniacs. Today my husband is off of work and I am making back stock of some of my foods. And today I'm working with cabbage, and I haven't made this in a little while, but I'm going to be putting it in my crock pot and we're going to be nicely slow cooking it all day, pretty much. I mean, it's going to be some hours. So we're going to jump right into doing that. Okay, now the first thing I do, I remove, even if it's in a plastic wrap, I always remove the outer leaves, because, I mean, you know, if you look at them, they're kind of, even if they're wrapped in plastic, they're kind of dirty. Let's not eat those. Of course, this has already been rinsed off and dried, so let's see if I can get this set up right. Okay, I think I do. Yep. Okay, now this is the hard part for me because I don't have a whole lot of upper arm strength. I have to cut down in the middle of the cabbage. It always takes forever. Gotta do some sewing motions. You show that cabbage who's boss, guys. If I can just get in there. Cabbage, you're not going to win today. No. Show that cabbage who's boss. Okay, now we take each one of these halves. This gets easier now. This bottom part here can be cut off. I'm going to go ahead and do that. But these halves are going to become halves themselves. Okay, now I'm going to move these upwards so I can work with just one at a time. Okay, so here's a good example right here. One thing to watch for is this part right here in the middle. We're going to cut that out. I always cut down the middle and throw those parts away as well. It's not like I can, I mean, I guess I could potentially eat a whole entire cabbage, but a little bit of waste, you know, we can feed the bunny rabbits while we're at it, right? I'm just going to chop corners. There's a corner here. This one's not too bad. Chop here. There's a corner. There's a corner. We're going to keep going around on the corners until we have a whole bunch of little cabbage pieces. Be careful of your fingers around the end here. Don't go too quickly with sharp knives, folks. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish making this cabbage, and I'm going to put said cabbage in this crock pot here, like so. As soon as I am back, I will have filled this with water above the amount of cabbage I have in there, and I will show you what I add in for while it cooks. So we'll be back. Alright folks, here we have it. We have our cabbage all nicely filled in our crock pot. It has water, and of course cabbage floats. So when you see it bounce up with the water, that's when you know you have enough water. And it's, I don't know, the first time I didn't do too well with it. Don't ask, I don't know. But, you know, I've had to teach myself how to cook. I came from a family that likes to cook. So here I am learning still. Every little once in a while I get a new recipe. But this one I've been doing for a while now. So all I'm going to add is some salt. Now this is a whole cabbage, mind you, so yes, it's going to look like a lot of salt, but it will stir itself in there with all of that, as well as some regular pepper. Not a ton, just a little. Now, I'm going to leave it as that. And the reason I'll tell you is that this vegetable is extremely versatile. You can saute it with butter. You can cook it in the microwave with butter. You can add it to a whole bunch of other vegetables and make yourself a mix. You can add it to soups and stews. There's an unlimited amount of possibilities with cabbage. So I leave it relatively plain so I can make it into whatever I wish for at the moment. So I would suggest that to you, but you know, if you would like to add your own spices, you know, go ahead, go for it. It's your cabbage. You know, spices, so long as it's not sugar, we should be all right. Yeah. Spices are great, you guys. You know, go ahead, add spices, spice up your life. Okay, so right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this topper on here. And we are going to set it to high for 2 hours. And we will come back and check it after that. So I'll be back. Okie doke, it is time to check on our cabbage. I'm going to take this off here. Now it still looks pretty much the same. Okay, now that this bad boy's been plugged in for an hour and a half, now I can check on my cabbage and we'll see how we're doing. Oh, and it's still pretty green. Nothing humongous yet, but we definitely need to give it a good stir. I think I could probably let it go on high for about another hour. And I will be back then. Like I said, this CROCKPOT stuff takes a little time. But it allows me the ability to get other things done throughout the day. So, I mean, cabbage can be boiled as well. So, but this is the way I do it. So, I will be back in an hour. I'll see you then. Alright, folks. This cabbage is looking pretty good. It's starting to smell really nice in here. Yeah, it's starting to soften up a little bit. And I think what I'm going to do here is cut the heat down to low. And let it go for another couple of hours. And I will be back then. So let's go ahead and move it to low. Put the top back on. And set our timers. So I'll be back. We finally have our cabbage already nice and cooked. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take the lid off here. That looks really good. Alright, of course I have my draining spoon here ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and cut this off and unplug up here. Now, I have to spoon, I'm going to spoon all of this cabbage into this container right here. So, hold on tight, folks. I will be right back. Okie doke, here we go. All my cabbage has been moved to this right here, and I'm going to let it cool down and chill out before I go and put a lid on this thing, because it's still really hot. So, once it's completely cooled down, as well as the water, which I need to drain once that cooled down as well, it'll be going into my fridge, and I will be sauteing with butter for quite a while. I mean, definitely at least good 4 or 5 days. So, it's a cabbage kind of week, and that's where I'm at, and maybe it's something you should look into as well, because, you know, cabbage, no sugar. Blessed be everyone.